Hello, my beautiful creatures. My name is Lily, and welcome back to Necrobarista. Okay, so this is where we last left off. Also, I found out that the little yellow words that we have in the when they speak that we then use as clues, I guess. Actually, I can click on them to see a little bit more about them, so I have to remember to do that. Okay, so this is Kishan talking. Man, I'd love to see that. I could use a pick-me-up. Can't promise it'll be there. She's having an existential crisis. It's kind of inconsistent. Still though, a hallway that's only there sometimes? How do you get to the kitchen otherwise? Wait, what? There's another slightly longer one that we use instead. It's much less exciting. But on the upside, it's consistently there. She's... What is wrong with Maddy? I love telling new people about it though. Reactions always hilarious. Now, this is the first thing. I definitely didn't expect to be getting enthusiastic today over a weird quantum hallway. Quantum. When people start getting nervous about magic, they usually start trying to explain it using science terms to reassure themselves. Or enthusiastic at all, actually, because as soon as I stopped to think about it, I realized I'm actually extremely messed up about this. What? Oh, she's reading something? Oh, okay, she's studying something. I thought she was just having a very weird existential crisis. Good for her. Good for her. I understand. Your life has gotten very weird very fast, conceptually speaking. Oh wait, your unlife? I should be better at talking about this by now, shouldn't I? Jeez, that's not a fun one to think about, huh? Just keep talking about the hallway so I can keep my mind off this. To be honest, I'm not sure I could even properly explain a lot of what goes on in here. The building's mildly sentient, too much magic in the soil for it not to be, really. So, the cafe is alive? Not necessarily. Plenty of things have come to life here, but as far as we can tell, the building itself doesn't really fall into that category. Also, it mostly tends to shift itself in ways that are helpful instead of frustrating, so... quantum hallways. I'm making myself a kappa. Australian vernacular for cup of tea. An important cultural institution, especially when drunk in afternoon. Yes. Coffee at every time is amazing, but in the afternoon is just the perfect pick-me-up. You want something? Nah, I'm good for now. Also, what's the barista's name? I didn't actually catch it and I feel like a jerk. Ah, Maddy? She's the owner now, not just the barista. Still makes coffee, of course. But since she's the owner now, she has a lot more to juggle. Why are you asking? Got your eye on her, huh? No, I have a boyfriend. Ooh! Sudden silence? Had? Jeez, this is a lot. Oh! Can't imagine how he's feeling. Try not to think about it. What's wrong with your pants? Okay. Yep. Okay. You want that drink now? I think I want something a little bit more potent than coffee right now, sorry. Don't enable inquisition. Shush. Can get you something stronger, May. Would you like a bourbon? A neat bourbon will always be the perfect mix of classy yet unpretentious. I'm really getting into whiskeys and bourbons lately. So yeah, I agree. Or is that too weak? thought this was a cafe? Well, it is. Mostly. We do serve alcohol though. And stronger things on request. Stronger? Like what? Ergoto? The fuck is ergoto? Future Lily, find out. Absinthe? I know that one. I got that one. Pure ethanol? You think a place like this wouldn't have anything stronger than that? Stronger than pure ethanol? Sure. Sure, remind me later and I might pull out some of my special reserve. Don't enabling kitchen. Hey, someone's gotta drink it. I know you're not gonna touch the stuff aside from setting it on fire. I have perfectly good reasons for wanting to set a pile of distilled soul on fire. What? We'll agree to disagree on that one. So, kitchen. What'll be? Actually, I changed my mind on the coffee. Can I order something complex? Gotta treat myself on my last day on Earth. Sure about that. I'm after a sugar rush. If we have the ingredients, shouldn't be an issue. Maddy can whip it up for you. Cool, cool. In that case, can I have a large quadruple shot, double vanilla caramel, no foam, super hot, reverse, coconut milk macchiato. Oh my god. With 2 sugars and whipped cream on top? Maddy? Yes, dearest. Can you, I don't quite know, huh? Is this real? Oh, is it too much? I was gonna ask for a splash of bourbon in it, but that seems a little extra. Well, yes, it is too much. It is a bad order, and I hate it. How bad? Worst one you've ever seen? No, I just hate it. Damn. Every single word of that increased my urge to set the espresso machine on fire so I wouldn't have to think about making coffee ever again. Maddy has all the classic symptoms of being a pyromaniac, but she's definitely not a pyromaniac. Oh. Except the bourbon bit. I put that in my coffee too. So, with all that in mind, I have a counter offer. Yeah? I'll make you another double shot long black, and I'll put bourbon in it. But I won't call you a hipster this time. Huh. If you decline my offer, I will strip your soul from your body and use it to scrub the counters at closing time. They will smell delicious afterwards, if that's any consolation. Yikes, that sounds like a competitive counter offer. Not the soul thing. I'll take the coffee. My generosity knows no bounds. This face. I need to screenshot this. Okay, so it's the 4 of them. She's still pretty much deleted from existence. So in conclusion, that order sucked because it's inordinately complex to make, has a heart attack worth of sugar in it, and is something that only impatient jerks ask for. Is it possible to die twice? Yep. Did they all answer yep? You can die twice if you're brought back from death. Or if you manage to really annoy someone between here and the next place, which is more likely because resurrection is illegal. Resurrection is reserved for emergency, and the council has very particular definitions about what constitutes an emergency. Many centuries pass without a single qualified emergency. But if you're asking whether or not you can get a heart attack or whatever, the answer is no. Life and death have a slightly different meaning here. Can die from natural causes. It's a bit complex and weird, and we're still in the process of figuring out how it all works. I'm over 200 years old, what? And I still haven't made proper sense of it yet. Just got some vague ideas. Right. So, what's keeping me from just staying here? Like, I'm already dead. Why do I have to go to the next place? You've got a certain number of hours you're allowed to remain on the edge of the mortal realm. Hours are fungible. Fungible? They can be bought, sold, and exchanged, generally speaking. But the Council of Death always collects on debts owed to them. And you'll start running out a debt if you stay here too long. Your soul starts to get itchy too. Itchy. Is there any feeling less pleasant than an itch you can scratch? Probably, but it's still up there. It's not something you want to experience. We've had a few stay past there a lot of time, and they've gotten very uncomfortable very fast. Starts with general irritability, and then worse things begin to happen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. It's a weird thing to wrap your head around. How long do I have before I make myself scarce? You get 24 hours. Any longer and we start to pick up the tab since you're on our premises. The terminal is a place where borrowed time has a very literal meaning. And as charming as you are, we've already racked up too much time debt from letting people stick around past their expiry date. And cash-wise, we're extremely poor. We've been a bit too lenient in the past, letting people stay just a little longer instead of gently shooing them onto the next plane of existence, etc. You know the drill. But hey, since hours are fungible, you can always acquire them some other way. Like closing in a book very menacingly. There's something happening tonight, actually, that you might be interested in. Seriously? You're still doing that? Shush! You know the council doesn't look at that stuff favorably. Ned said so himself. Draws customers and helps us shave down the debt. I'll take whatever I can get. And hey, fuck Ned. We have a 13-year-old here, you know. She's heard enough coarse language for a lifetime. Not too worried about her. She's right though. What? Every time Ned comes around, he makes you guys really stressed out. Ashley's at that age where she has learned to recognize other people are stressed, but not experienced enough to fully understand what it feels like. Maybe you're not you so much, but Maddy gets nervous and it brings down the mood, man. So, fuck Ned. I think you've had too much coffee today, young lady. I am crashing so hard right now, you have no idea. It's like I was crashing earlier, but that was just a pre-crash and I'm having a double crash or something. All I ask is that you try and keep the swearing to a minimum where customers are around. Okay. Does Cation count? It's fine. A couple of my housemates have tradies, so you learn to ignore it pretty quickly. Housemates, a great way to save money on rent and never get lonely if you're not attached to the idea of personal space. Oh wait. Are tradies? Were tradies? They're still tradies unless they change their career in the last couple days. But they're not my roommates anymore. Because I'm dead. Hey mates! Have I mentioned how much being dead sucks? Because it sucks and I feel extremely bad about it. Having a pretty bad time right now in general, to be honest. Yep. Even just adapting to your language is a pain, isn't it? Want a proper drink now? Without coffee in it? Yeah, that'd be good. The TV didn't say anything about there being a storm tonight. Storm. You never know when a Melbourne storm is going to catch you off guard and steal your rugby ball. What? Looks like a decent sized one's rolling in. Melbourne weather strikes again. I've been to Australia, but I've never been to Melbourne, and now I regret it. Go upstairs and close the windows. Cheers. Come on, Ashley. Let's clean up your workbench while we're up there, yeah? Do you need a bribe? Yes. I have some chocolate hidden away. Acceptable. This game is so nice. I really like this game. Wait, dead people can still get drunk, yeah? Why else do you think we serve alcohol? To make money. Well, yeah. Hang on. Do I even have my wallet? Do you? Doubt it. I don't, yeah. How does that work? Why do I have my clothes but not the contents of my pockets? Okay. A good place for things that don't have a place. Chewing gum, spare change, nervous hands. I know, dude. Everyone's experience is different. Death doesn't follow many rules. Only universal rule I can think of is that you can't stay. People don't generally come in without their clothes, fortunately. So about this drink. Guess you're gonna give me straight vodka or something? Why is that? You don't like making complex drinks? Dude, no! I don't like making ridiculous caffeine-laced milkshake for overcompensating soccer dads. I'm happy to mix a cocktail within reason. Oh, okay. What have you got then? Chay's got everything you can think of. And then some. I could go for a mint julep. Hey! What's that outside? Ned? Outside? Some guy out in the rain? Ah, shit. Maddy? Maddy, what's up? Let's get started on that drink. So I guess he's Ned. Oh, I like this shot! Morning. Hi? Hello, recently departed. Hey! Your hat that you're wearing kinda makes you look like Ned Kelly. Could have sworn you were standing outside literally a second ago. So, how did I? Good morning to you too, Ned. Oh, he is Ned. Okay. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Madeline. Piss off, Ned. That's not even my full name. Isn't it, Maddy? Chay said it was, and he never lies. Never said that. Well, no. But it was worth a try. A try at what? Catching me off balance? Some shit along those lines? Mate, I am so off balance right now that a light breeze would knock me over ours. Knock me over ours. I read it correctly. Don't push me. Hey, this mint julep is great. Just wanted to contribute that to the conversation. So, you catch the game last night? The Australian Football League provides everyone with a chance to root for their favorite local team except Tasmanians. That's racist towards Tasmanians though. Or are they poor at soccer? Yes, I know that Carlton beat Collingwood again. I don't care. Oof. Just making polite conversation. You should try it sometime. Maybe. Not for you though. You've never come in during daylight hours before. What do you want? Nothing much. I'd like to talk to Chay at some point, but I can't wait. It's seen as he is missing. Planning on sending out a search party? Might do. It'd be a shame to lose an old friend by letting him wander onto some train tracks or something. Yeah, well, shut up. He's upstairs, last I saw. What was the last you saw, Maddy? Tell me. Why are you like this? What was it? Last saw him walking upstairs, so he could be anywhere then. Probably fled the country to dodge the massive dime that you lot are racking up. Fled? Some obligations have a way of following you no matter where you run to. He can't go far. Got him on a pretty tight leash. And then got some of that. Huh? It's not your problem. You must not have heard. Not your problem. Chay! Your dickhead friend Ned is here. Oi. I'm a distinguished gent, not a dickhead. Be down in a sec. Yeah, but you also work for the Council of Death. So even if you are a distinguished gent, that cancels out. Is the Council of Death like a normal city council, except for wherever dead people live? Yeah, but the only trash that needs to be collected is right in front of me. This guy? Me? No. You. You're the trash, Ned. The trash is you. It's you, Ned, the trash man from hell. Because councils pick up trash. That's the joke. Oh, cool. He's even got a head shaped like a rubbish bin. It's totally fitting. Not from hell. I don't care. And to be clear, Ned, in case we weren't already, you are the trash. Yeah, I get it. You know how long Chay's going to be? Dunno. He was busy upstairs with Ashley. Yeah, I had to have like 5 steak knives from her. Hey, Chay. Didn't know we had 5 steak knives. Bit quiet here, mate. Long you've been sitting there. Doesn't matter. All your employees being very rude to me. So if you'd heard any of that. I keep trying to tell him. My employee. Yes. We've had some catching up to do. I don't follow. Did she quit? Does it look like she's quit? Maddy's not the one to back away from a challenge, but if she did, she wouldn't be the first. Did you fire her for gross incompetence? Far from it. There's been a bit of a shaking up in a cafe's management structure since you last visited. Oh no. Don't tell me you gave her the whole thing. Okay, I won't tell you. I tried to tell you before, man. Hey, does everyone else like mint juleps? Oh, okay, sure. Because this is great, I'm nearly done and also my tongue is numb and I'm wondering what the deal is with that. Was there something you wanted to discuss? I need a drink before we go through all that. Sure. Usual? Yes, please. How can he get the curly straw? That's a cool... Oh, it's shaped like a clef? I don't know the name in English. So, Chay, spin your tale on how and why you handed down the cafe to this person. Well, every man's got his price. Can my price be a curly straw too? Buddy, I'll give you 2 if it means you stop complaining about non-beliefs. What did you make this with? Couldn't find half the ingredients, so I put a bunch of ergato and chili seeds. It's got some of the stuff though, so it's a mint julep in spirit if nothing else. Does this have any mint or julep in it? At all? It definitely may be lacking mint. And I cannot confirm or deny the existence of the mythical julep. To some people, this place seems otherworldly. For others, this is just the world they live in. You asked for ergato earlier, though, so there you go. Mission complete. Maddy, I am getting very drunk very fast. Arigato does that to you. Here, he's completely wasted. Here, I think you should have a little lie down. I'll get you some water. I am as drunk as an ox. I don't need a lie down. Kishan, my dude, you absolutely need to get horizontal as soon as possible. You can sober up in one of the booths back up the back. It's nice and quiet over there. I'll fight you. No, you won't. Up you get, mate. Bloody hell. Would have been helpful if you told me about this before. Probably. Not very worried about it. Maddy knew what she was getting into when she went with this whole cafe situation. And it's natural that it might take a while for her to get the hang of running business. Bloody hell. Bit of a dog's dinner though, isn't it? The heck does that? Sometimes you have a kitchen mishap that results in a food only fit for a dog's dinner. Some dogs resent the implication that they're deserving of lesser food, but most of them eagerly lap it up. For sure. But it'll get better. Like I said, no worries about it. Not worried about it. Well, you might want to hold your judgment on that for the moment. I am, unfortunately, here on official business. Oh. Shouldn't have given you the straw then. No, you shouldn't have. I look quite silly. Want me to get rid of it? It's just Maddy. She won't use it to derail our conversation and make me look like a fool or anything like that. Straw? No, I'll get you... Straw? No, I'll get you one after you have a nap. You can sip the water like a normal person. I'll put it with the dirty dishes then. The sacrifice I make for this job. Hey, you made me through it, so it can't be all that bad. That was bloody 100 years ago. Man, really? Longer. Time flies when you're immortal, huh? Quasi-immortal. This old rust bucket still got an expiry date somewhere down the line. Expiry. Time counts for us all. What's that about immortality? Hey, you should buy more plants. Duh! Shut up! Sorry, continue. Immortality? Nothing that I trust you with, that's for sure. Don't you want to see me? Don't you want to see crotchety old me being rude to youngsters in 100 years? Truly, I do not. The far future doesn't need amateur necromancers. Amateur can destroy someone who's not good enough to turn pro, but it could also mean someone who passionately engages in something just for the pure love of it. True. Your loss. So, do you head in upstairs? Actually, Ned does in fact have something fairly important to discuss with you. Oh? It's about the debt you owe to the council. Yeah, I know. What about it? I'm here to collect? I think he's here to collect. Maddy, it's time. You owe us over 600 hours. Chay signed the contract. The hours or the cafe. You own the cafe, so you own the debt. And tonight, I've come to collect. I don't know, I'll keep talking above it because I don't know if I will get copyright strike. I think this is the trailer as well. She's making blood or coffee, necromancy or coffee, I don't know. Looks more like necromancy. Kishan does nice things? Chay is... I love Chay. I have officially a crush on Chay. They look so badass. Oh, this is the title scene. Nice. That's nice. That was super cool. Oh wait, it's the robots again. That was kind of intense. Do they do that often? The song and dance thing? I gave them completely different voices, didn't I? Yeah, what do they think they are? Some anime street gang? What self-obsessed jerk has their own theme song? Don't be a downer, pal. No, I was talking about the dramatic encounter. Oh, between Maddy and Ned? Yeah! Yeah, they've got chemistry. That's a different kind of chemistry. Not the romantic kind, the explosive kind. Yep. Can't leave them in the same room together or they'll kill each other. Bad history? Maddy's just a serial troublesome person. From Ned's perspective, doesn't help that she can't stop herself from pulling pranks on him. No, I suppose not. I mean, it doesn't make it easy either. I don't think he's used to having his authority questioned. She really gets under his skin. Wasn't he a famous criminal? And therein lies the irony of the situation. No, he was. So he is this Ned Kelly that Kishan was talking about. What a strange world we live in. And this little theater moment is brought to you by, I guess, Ashley, because she's the one making it. Okay, so what do I do? So this is what I chose. Dog, dinner, kappa, game, bourbon, resurrection, stress, and urge. Urge is Maddy, okay. Dog's dinner is food, okay. Kappa is still food, okay. Game is Melbourne. We have two Melbournes now. One Maddy, two foods. Bourbon is food. We have a lot of food. Resurrection is lore, okay. And stress is Ashley, okay. Nice. Keep the balance. Oh, I can unlock it without anything? Okay, so some things I can read without having things. You overdo this week, said Ned. He tapped a list of rules that Maddy kept posted on the door. This 24-hour rule, are you sure you've been enforcing it? I think how we run things around here is none of your business, said Maddy. Actually, it absolutely is my business, said Ned. In fact, keeping the rules is basically my only business. That's kind of what the word enforcer means. I'm supposed to scold you for breaking the rules. So, audit me? Fine. Let me check your ledger. We don't keep a ledger. Maybe you should. Lots of places do. It's a great system. You have someone stand at the door and have them mark down whenever someone comes in or leaves. Then you forcibly evicted people who are overstaying their welcome. I'm amazed that you don't have a system like that in place. Some people overstay their welcome, other people understay it, said Chay. There's no need to strictly keep track of how long people stay, right? Just maintain the balance. You're right. All that matters is maintaining the balance. So maintain the balance, because when you don't, then we have a problem. We're a bit short-staffed to have someone acting as a full-time doorman, said Maddy. Figure it out. He tapped the board, listing the rules. Change 24 to 23. When you say 24-hour, people think you just colloquially mean one day, and they don't pay attention on the specific time. When you say 23 hours, people actually have to keep track of what time it is. That'll be fine, said Chay, except for the part where you're cutting time of people's stays. Trust me, anyone who go right up to the limit is probably going over it. 23 hours is going to mean 23 hours plus an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour plus however long it takes to finish their drink. And if they leave in less than 24 hours, who gives a shit? I give a shit. You're right, you should give a shit. In fact, you should celebrate whenever you manage to scooch someone out of here in under 24 hours because the balance is upset and you've got to correct it. You can either correct the balance 1 hour at a time, or the council can come here and repossess some souls. Or we can find someone who knows how to manage this property responsibly. He turned to Chay. Come on, buddy. I don't want to have to take this place away from you. That will be quite the escalation, says Maddy. Well, you're already in the first level of escalation, which is a stern talking to. Let's try not to escalate it any further, Chay sighed. Maddy cut him off. We'll change the rule to 23 hours, okay? Buzz off. Wow, really? Said Ned. Well, okay then. And while you're rewriting the signs, you also should take the green tea frappuccino off the menu. Frapp should be for coffee, not tea. I agree. Done, said Maddy. Wait, really? Said Ned. Damn, I didn't realize you were so open to feedback. Also, that caramel, we'll take it under advisement, said Maddy, placing a hand on Ned's chest and physically pushing him toward the door. Hold up. What are you doing? Removing an unwanted guest. I need a practice if we're going to start enforcing those rules you care so much about. Now said Ned as he continued backpedaling to stay upright. Look, you could just... Bye, said Maddy as Ned crossed the threshold of the cafe and Maddy shut the door in his face. She turned around, leaning her back against the door, and sighed. Chase raised an eyebrow. You're serious about the rule change? Yeah. I'll change the sign of the menu after we close tonight. Wait, really? The rule change is to keep him off our back. And the menu thing? I've really needed to take that off anyway. It's a kind of menu item that attracts the worst sort of people. Well, okay. Though I do think we should change the rule back to 24 hours after things have had enough time to balance it out. Of course. Wouldn't want to upset the balance too far in the opposite direction. What would do with all the extra time anyway? What would you do with all the extra time? Okay, the next chapter is actually ready, very good, but I'm not ready to go there yet. Alright, unlocked. From Jeanette Annette, JeanBean19, yahoo.com. Jean Bean. Subject Spirit Beacon Beacon. Date January 25th, 2014. To admin@terminalvelocity.org. Hi Madeline, this is Jeanette from the location down by the docks. I believe we met in person from the last month. I was opening up this morning and noticed that most of our spirit juice was gone. I checked the map and saw that you're the nearest location with a spirit beacon. I think you may have drained some of our supply. Honest mistake, I'm sure. But if you could stop running your spirit beacon during peak hours, that would be much appreciated. Thanks, and looking forward to working with you in the future, Jeanette. From Jeanette. Subject response. Alright. Hi Madeline. Hope you got my previous message. Also, it's not the answer. She's answering herself, like she's writing it again. Just want to give you an update on the spirit juice situation over here. I had several bottles that I marked last night just to confirm the issue, and when I got in this morning the levels were below where I marked them. We're definitely losing spirit juice and you're the only spirit beacon close enough to be affecting us. Please modulate your use to reasonable levels. I don't think this should be a problem as long as you're not running your beacon overnight. Again, not trying to assign blame here, but please be considerate to folks and other locations. Thanks, Jeanette. Again. Madeline, we are draining spirit juice over here so fast that if I sit and watch, I can see it disappearing from the bottle. You're the only spirit beacon that is even remotely close to where we are, so we really need you to stop. It is affecting us, then it's probably affecting other locations. If it's affecting us, this is completely unacceptable. Fix this now, Jeanette. More. Hey Madeline, can you explain why you weren't at the terminal today when I showed up? I spoke with a girl named Ashley. You said you were decided to take the day off. What a coincidence. I wasn't impressed by the crying routine you had her do. Honestly, you should be ashamed of using a child's fake tears to try and hide from a situation that you caused. Turn off your beacon. I don't want to be the bad guy here, but if you don't do something, I'm going to have to get the council involved. From Clara's firm. Misplaced cutlery? Ooh! Hi Maddy, this is Clarence for the docks location. Just wanted to give you a heads up. This morning we found out that the site manager we recently hired, I believe you had Jeanette last month, was leaving spirit juice in untempered glass bottle. And we had a bit of a leak. We ended up having a bit of a problem with some automatic cutlery. We have the situation under control here and we're mostly sure everything is accounted for on our end. Unfortunately, this started happening about a week ago, which might be enough for something to wander off far enough that we wouldn't be able to detect it. Very unlikely that this happened, but just wanted to give you a heads up in case a possessed steak knife wandered off far enough to find your beacon and decides to pay you a visit. Sorry about the situation. Rest assured that the person responsible for this won't have any opportunities to mess up anything of this magnitude again. Wait, so she was actually leaving the bottles open and then blamed Maddy for it? By the way, are you planning to go into Anne's birthday next month? Regards, Clarence. From Maddy. Subject, misplaced cutlery. Hi Clarence, sorry I missed your message earlier. I no longer use this address. Please use contact at terminal velocity .com for anything related to terminal business. Hope you enjoyed M's birthday party. I don't remember why I couldn't attend, but I'm sure it was a good reason. Maddy. Okay. I see. No, wait. Maddy was about to leave the counter when an old-looking man pushed the door open. He was hunched over, and he walked with a bit of a limp, and even at this distance, she could see the leathery texture of his skin, a testament to many years well lived. Maddy had been about to leave the counter to Chay, but there was something in the way the man walked that made her want to stay long enough to see if he had any special requests. She wasn't sure if she would like the man, and in fact she was fairly sure that there was a good chance that she wouldn't have much to say to the man, or much that she would be interested in hearing from him. But it was obvious that the man had paid his dues, and she felt that she owed him at least a few moments of her time. Even if he had done anything in life worthy of admiration, he at least had done enough to earn her respect. It was only when the man sat down that Maddy saw that his skin was cracked but not wrinkled. His body had been aged, but it had been aged by the elements and the sun more than it had been aged by the passage of time. The slight limp in his step could have easily been the limp of a young man who had spent one day too many lifting loads that were 1 kilo too heavy for him. He took the seat directly in front of her. You serve food here? Apparently the man was more interested in finding out what was on the offer than figuring out where he was. Maddy kept herself from visibly smirking. There was something she liked about guests like that, people whose only question was what was on tap. Maddy glanced at Chay. He gave a nod of assent. Yes, Chay was willing to play the role of grillmaster today. We do serve food, she said. The man squinted up at the menu above him. My eyes don't work too well in this light. Got a paper menu? Maddy reached under the counter and pulled out a menu that looked just as aged as the man sitting in front of her. Its scars were from coffee stains, not cuts, but as watched the man hold the menu, there was something about the combination of the two that felt right to her. Yeah. The two of them that felt right to her. The man stared at the menu for a good deal longer than it must have taken him to read everything on it. He finally spoke after a long considered pause. I suppose it would be a problem if I were to order something if I didn't intend to actually eat it. That's not the kind of thing that would offend me, said Maddy. Actually, it was exactly the kind of thing that would offend her. There was something in the way that the man asked that made her feel like whatever reason he might have for not eating food he was served, it would be a good one. And she was half interested to find out what the man's reaction would be. I'll have the grilled halibut. Ah, halibut. She understood. Many people enjoy the concept of grilled fish more than they liked it in practice, and if this man knew himself well enough to be upfront and honest about that, she could respect that. I can't promise that it's never been frozen. I hope that's not a problem, she said. Sure that it wouldn't be. Sounds like my kind of fish. The best halibut swim in cold water. Ain't a problem if that water happens to be in solid form after the halibut passes. She nodded to Chay, who nodded back and headed back to the freezer. The man placed both of his hands on the counter and folded them. There was something serene in the way that the man sat there, with no inclination to glance around and inspect the cafe he was in, no nervous movement of his legs, no strained expression on his face to express what he was waiting for something to happen. That he was waiting for something to happen. He looked so calm that Maddy almost didn't want to disturb him, but she chafed at the idea that only squeaky wheels were deserving of grease. Some wheels were just too polite to ask. Do you want a drink while you're waiting on that? I don't think I need a drink, said the man. All right, said Maddy, picking up a whiskey bottle and placing it in its field of view. I remembered of what he was free to ask for. The man squinted. Is that Jack Daniels? Indeed it is. The man's shoulder rose a bit in what looked like barely a chuckle. Got a fondness on that particular drink? It's just that we share the same name, said the man. I'm Jack Daniel. Oh wow! No relation to the distiller. I had several friends who took it upon themselves to check. As you might imagine, I've seen a lot of those bottles over the years. It's the kind of gift that people enjoy giving you when you have a name like that. Is it a gift that you enjoy receiving? It's always a pleasure to receive a gift. It's nice to know that you have friends who care about you and think about you. It's a gift that you enjoy consuming. I had a shelf in my flat where I collected them, waiting for other people to come in, so I had an excuse to open them. Ah, said Maddy, picking up the bottle and placing it below the counter. I'm sorry if I brought up a bad memory. He laughed. Where's the bad memory? They're good to receive from friends, and they're good to share with friends. It's a reminder of the people who I was close to, and the things I did with them. No need to apologize for that. Maddy smiled. She was beginning to find that she liked Jack, and it seemed like Jack was the kind of person who liked her, if for no reason other than he liked people, and Maddy was people. She chuckled with him, and she enjoyed the chuckle so much that she almost missed Jack's momentary sideways glance and unguarded moment when his mind seemed to be on someone other than what he was talking about. It was only an instant, but it was a flicker of pain that she'd learned to recognize over the years. was something in him that was hurting, even as he remembered his friends. A sense of loss, a regret about something left unsaid. Maddy wasn't sure. Whatever it was none of her business. But she wanted it to be her business. Well, anything you want, just ask. Cup of water, one glass of milk. One glass of milk? How old do you think I am? Maddy shrugged. 5 or 6, just the right age to drink a tall glass of milk before being shooed off to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm just barely older. But if you want that glass of milk, I guess... But if I do want that glass of milk, I guess I know who to ask. Oh, I like where this is going. I need to find more of those thingies. Alright guys, I think it's enough for today's video. We have a lot, we discovered a lot, we are discovering way more characters. There are a lot of more characters to come. And this seems to be becoming pretty juicy. Can't wait to see what's happening next. I really like these characters. Maddy is a delight. I really like Chay. Chay may be my crush. Ned seems... I'm unsure about Ned. Maddy does not seem to like him at all. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. And if you want, leave a like and maybe subscribe. I don't know, those YouTuber things. Bye!